David Settle from KOWB next to a very familiar face because we've done, what, 3 of these already, I think, or something like that. I don't know. It's Clint Reed, the Laramie head football coach. We're, of course, behind us, D-Tie Stadium. We don't play here this Friday, but the season is getting ready to begin. Are you anxious, excited, nervous? How would you describe here as we get ready for the first game in a couple days?
I think all of the above, Settle. All of the above. Seriously, you get to this point, you're anxious, off-season, summer workouts, 2-a-days, everything's in the rearview mirror. Just want to see, can we execute and put everything on the field now?
Speaking of which, you made some tweaks offensively. Without giving too much away, do you feel like your team through fall camp and getting ready for this game has kind of bought in and caught on to everything you want to do in order to, I guess, go out and make plays Friday night?
Yeah, offensive and defensively, we tweaked some things, we cleaned some stuff up, we got some better communication going on, we got better alignment going on. All of those things are important. It's not about the physical play right now, it's just making sure that we understand mentally what our jobs are.
Defensively, you talked about cleaning some things up, and a lot of that came down to not necessarily being more physical at the point of attack, but alignment-wise.
Yeah, just making sure we're in our gap control, making sure linebackers and D linemen are in the right spots, aligned right, making sure our DBs and linebackers are communicating on the back end. So they've been working really, really well. You never really know until the first test, so hopefully all the daily lessons and all the teaching's gone on, and the assessment and that test on Friday night is there.
We're not as big as last year, but you feel that you can take advantage of the quickness in other ways, it sounds like.
Yeah, I do. We have some really good guys with some motors. We're not really deep, but being a little bit smaller, guys that can run a little bit more, probably sustain some more time on the field, and all phases of the game will help us in that way.
Obviously, for opponents, it's going to probably start with Jason Upton, Baxter Tuggle. Who are some guys that have kind of caught your eye as you prepare for this year?
It's scattered all over. There's guys plugging in, which is nice. Brady Epler coming back is going to be huge. I love him to death, and we had a situation last year where he couldn't play with the team the rest of the year. And we got guys like Preston Buskovich back, seeing time on both sides of the ball. Young guys like Connor Kilpack stepping in and doing some good things there. We've got them all over. We've got a guy, in Smith, who's coming off the track, can run and jump, working on the outside. So there's a lot of talent right there. We've got some young guys helping to back up Baxter in the backfield, and Upton just being an all-around athlete. So there's guys plugged in. We got a new guy, Ben Kruzik, who's joined us via kind of Montana, Alaska to Laramie, Wyoming. Good athlete on both sides of the O-line, D-line. He's got a motor that will go all day long, so we're looking for some big things from him too.
Yeah, and I know you're happy Calvin Webb's back. I know he was in the mix last year until he got that injury.
Yeah, Calvin, Webb, and Ben Martinez, and some different guys on the line. They're coming off different injuries, they're coming off different things, but they're working hard in the weight room, they're working with the trainers, and it's going to be fantastic to have those guys, and Jamin Livingston at center, moving in that spot is going to be key for us, controlling those A gaps. I mean, there's just a ton of guys that I'm very proud of. It's hard to name them all, Hopefully you pick up a program and a roster and you start connecting with these guys.
Well, let's talk about how do you feel? I know you want to get back to the playoffs. You went 3-7 in your first year. What did you learn from that year that hopefully you can apply in a positive way this year to maybe push that to a 4-6 or 5-5 type of situation?
We spent a lot of times just, working as a team and team builders, and in the sense of, getting in here in the summer, buying into the weight room and pure airborne and joint, getting us ready. And that wasn't just getting us physically ready, that was just a buy-in and a commitment. The blood, sweat, and tears, and trusting the guy next to you, and knowing the other 10 guys in the field and the other 50 guys on the sideline, means something to us, and the competition will breed success. So
a lot of it's that mental game sometimes more than even the physical game. Let's talk about game 1 opponent, week 0, Kelly Walsh, 3rd ranked in the preseason. They bring back an all-stater, Super 25 guy, and Brock Spiegelberg at running back and linebacker. What are your thoughts on the Trojans in this matchup for first game out the box?
So, we've talked about us trying to be more mentally prepared, but we have to get ready for a very physical game. They're big up front, very talented in the backfield with Spiegelberg, so we expect them to run it a lot, just as they did last year, put up a lot of yards rushing on us. Hopefully, again, with alignment and communication on the back end, we'll be in a better position to handle that situation. And hopefully, most importantly too, let's keep the offense off the field. So our offense needs to change that time of possession this year, sustain some drives, increase that time of possession, get some points on the board, and then we don't have to face that offense.
So the schedule flips every other year, and so we're on the road this year, only 4 home games, 5 road games. Does that matter to you at all?
you love playing at home. You love having this thing right here in this great stadium, in this great building right here as a backdrop and the fans. But football is football, and once we step on the turf and you step between the lines, it doesn't matter if you're on the middle school field, the high school field, or in Gillette, Casper, Cheyenne. It just doesn't matter. Let's go play football.
All right, Friday night, 7 o'clock at Harry Gilding Stadium. It's Laramie against the third-ranked Kelly Walsh Trojans to open up the 2018 high school football season.